Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another GTA Online Q&A. My name is Saintsfan, and today, as always, I have some questions from you guys over on Twitter. Now, we're doing a GTA Q&A. It's been a couple of weeks, I think. But hopping right in with the first question, MG TV, do you think GTA Online feels like a Saints Row game? I've seen that comparison done a lot over the last year or two. Ever since Rockstar started getting crazier and crazier with their vehicles and with what they add to GTA Online. And I think it's a fair comparison because Saints Row is a game that is completely out of the realm of realism. Like, that's a game that people play to do just batshit crazy stuff, right? And in GTA Online, that's sort of what it's going towards. I mean, with this new Arena DLC, Mad Max vehicles and vehicle warfare, I love it, but it's definitely a lot crazier than I think what GTA started out as. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't think comparing it or saying GTA Online is now like Saints Row is a bad thing. I'm sure, yeah, there's going to be some of the hardcore GTA fans that don't like that. But look, as long as they add fun stuff to the game, I'm all for it. Now, the unfortunate part, the flip side, is that everything costs so much damn money and they're trying to sell the microtransactions and the grind is insane, but that doesn't really have anything to do with Saints Row. I think the Saints Row aspect of the game is awesome. It's fun. It's just I wish, and I think everyone wishes Rockstar would make those other aspects I just mentioned a lot better. Megan, what are your hopes as far as DLC content releases for RDR2 and GTA? Do you think they will always release new DLCs for each game around the same time to maximize profits for sales of shark cards and golden bars? Or do you think they will alternate them so people maximize playing? If they were smart, now this may take a while because Red Dead 2 and Red Dead Online is in its early stages and I'm sure they're still figuring out what the hell they want to do with the game. But if they were smart, they would totally alternate months or 2 months between each DLC. Usually with the GTA Online DLCs, they last like 2 to 3 months because of the drip feed. So having a Red Dead Online DLC release during that second or early of the third month would be refreshing as someone who plays both games. Now, we don't know anything about Red Dead Online's DLCs. We don't know if there's going to be drip fed stuff in them. I'm not entirely sure how they could drip feed anything in that game because there's not a whole lot that they can really add as far as things to buy. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what Rockstar does. But that makes the most sense to me. Like January, or let's say December, right? You got your GTA Online DLC. And then let's say February comes out. That's when your Red Dead Redemption Online DLC comes out. Then maybe that goes until April or maybe even just March. That's when another GTA Online DLC comes out. Then you have your Red Dead Online DLC for May. Then you have your summer GTA Online DLC in June or July. And then, you just progress through that way. That just makes the most sense to me. And I hope that's what they do. Then we have Phoenix. Do you think there are going to be more Mark II vehicles? And if you do, which ones would you like to see? Man, there's a lot, honestly. Off the top of my head, just right away. Number one, the tank, the Rhino tank. The Rhino tank Mark II would be awesome. Yeah, technically we have the Kanjali, which is really cool. But they could totally make the Rhino tank a Mark II version. I think people would buy it because of just the nostalgia, man. That was the first tank we all used back 5 years ago. So I would like to see a Mark II tank. I would also like to see a Mark II supercar. Now, this might not have weapons, although I'm sure Rockstar will put weapons on it. But I've mentioned this in a couple of videos over the last couple of months. I want to see a stealth supercar. Give me a little bit of an armored stealth supercar and call it a Mark II version of whatever vehicle. And boom, call it a day. That's one other thing I want to see. As far as planes, dude, the Bombushka right off the top, that needs a Mark II version to make it actually useful. Give that thing the Avenger defense and armor and give it some better cannons than what it's got and give it a way to actually haul stuff in the back of it. And that would be one of the most fun vehicles, air vehicles in the game. I mean, really, as far as Mark II weapons or Mark II vehicles go, they have so many possibilities. I mean, just take an off-road truck, making a Mark II version to make it some badass off-road vehicle. It would not surprise me if they took the Deluxo and made a Deluxo Mark II version that could fly and also maybe go underwater that also had a rocket-powered boost on it. I would buy that, even though it'd be ridiculous. But there are really a ton of places. Let me know in the comment section, what Mark II vehicles do you want to see? Then we have No Hack Berserk. Do you think we'll be able to create our own arena war games? I really hope so. I think that's like one of the most fun aspects about GTA Online, playing the custom modes with people. And I mean, look, just going over the course of GTA's history, snipers versus stunters, and the list goes on for all these awesome custom games and all the awesome custom races people have made. So I really hope Rockstar open that up so people can make their own arena war games so we can have even more to do. Lightning Jet, do you think Rockstar will ever nerf or remove the death bike from the arena war jobs? Well, actually, before I get into that, if you haven't checked out my video on how to counter that, I know it's not like the greatest solution, but it definitely does help. Use the kinetic mines and that'll help a lot. As far as nerfing it or removing it, it's unfortunate because, right, in GTA Online, Rockstar never really push out any minor updates. I mean, look, with the Oppressor Mark II, the flying glitch, the super speed glitch, it took, what, 4 or 5 months for that to get fixed? Rockstar probably could have easily just thrown up a little mini update to fix it, but no, they decided to wait until the major update. So they usually wait until major updates to fix prior things that were broken. So I don't think anything's gonna get done until the next DLC, whenever that may be. But it's unfortunate because in Red Dead Online, they've shown they can release multiple updates relatively quick to fix minor problems. I think they had like 4 updates in the course of a week and a half in Red Dead Online. So I would like to see some of that in GTA Online. Maybe they don't care enough about GTA Online at this point because it's so old, but I think that would go a long way in helping the community. Then we have Raphael. Do you think Rockstar will put the arena ready vehicles up for sale as stock without the arena mods anytime in the future? Man, Rockstar dropped the ball on this, didn't they? Some of those vehicles look so damn cool, and I think a lot of people would pay for a stock version. At least with the ZR380 and the Imperator, a lot of those look great if you take all the mods off. But Rockstar never gave us the ability to purchase them just as is. Normally, they would have made us purchase the stock version and then spend like 3 or 4 million on upgrading it to the arena ready version. I'm surprised they didn't do that with these vehicles, but I definitely would love to see it. It's not going to come in this DLC or in the drip feed because they're not in the game files. But maybe in the next DLC, they give us the ZR380 or the Imperator with no weapon mods or anything on it, just a clean look. And then the final question from Alexis, how much real money did you spend on GTA Online? I wanted to answer this last because this will be the question of the day. And look, I'm no judging in the comment section, but I'm kind of curious, how much money have you guys, or like just an estimate, because obviously we don't know like the actual amount, but an estimate, how much real life money do you think you've spent, if any at all? I'm sure there's some people out there that have spent 0 on shark cards, but if you're like me, you probably have spent it, spent a little bit of money on shark cards. For me, for myself, I would say I've maybe only spent like 500, if that. I don't even think it's that much on myself. I know I have purchased a couple of $8 million shark cards a few times on the PC, and that adds up, but I rarely ever buy shark cards for me. Now, if I were to say how many shark cards have I purchased and how much money that equates to, God only knows. It's probably like 5-ish thousand with how many giveaways I've done over the 4-ish years or 5 years that GTA Online has been out. So I spent a ton on shark card giveaways. But I am curious, how much money do you think you've spent on GTA Online? Anyway, thank you all for watching. That's going to do it for this Q&A. If you guys want to see more, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please drop a video like if you did enjoy. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.